I'm gonna show you how to get a credit limit increase on your Capital One credit card with no hard inquiry. Man, I have been waiting to do this video for a while because it's really important. There's a lot of things that people don't understand about Capital One, but one of the biggest key things that people fail to realize is having Capital One on your credit file is a very big deal because you want to have at least 3 to 5 major credit card companies on your credit file. Having those on your credit file is tremendous. Once a lender sees it, they know that you're the real deal. You're really doing business with really big banks. There's 5 big banks that you really want to have on your credit file. The major players in the game, which is Capital One, American Express, of course, Chase Bank, Citibank, and Discover. Those 5 are going to be really key when you're building your credit. You know, and this is why I talk about stay away from all these crappy credit cards. You want to keep them off your credit file because as you build with these, and let's say you get a Capital One, and then you decide, oh, you know what, I want to go after Amex. Okay, American Express is going to see that you already had a relationship with Capital One. It's good standing. Same thing if you're going to go from American Express to Discover. These big banks want to see that you're doing business with another big bank. So having Capital One on your credit file, even if you have to start from the very bottom, is going to be a good thing. You know, me and Capital One have had like a mixed relationship. It's like the good and the bad because their secured card isn't unsecured anymore. We've seen it a lot with some people. I would say more than 90% of people that get the secured Capital One card are never able to get it unsecured. And then there's that 10% of people that do actually make it happen for whatever reason, not sure. We've never been able to gather the data points to prove as to why Capital One is choosing these people over these people. But one of the main factors that nobody talks about is how you're using your credit card. You know, people have a big misconception of how to use their credit cards, and this is what causes you to not get credit limit increases with Capital One. Now, what we've seen historically when people get the secured Capital One credit card is they usually get offered another credit card, which is perfectly fine, but we want them to unsecure it and make it, we want them to stop it from being a secured card and then switch it over to a different product, to an unsecured credit card. And what happens is a lot of times these people get offered a Quicksilver One or a Quicksilver card, which is perfectly fine, but you're opening up a new account, which is going to drag down your average age of credit. So this is why it's really important to understand when you get a secured card, it has to graduate. That's what we say in the industry. It graduates from a secured card to an unsecured card. So you're not losing that age of credit. The account's not going to close. You're just changing the product. So we covered all that information that you need to know and understand about Capital One. So now I'm going to break down into how you can make this happen without having a hard inquiry go into play. And there's a lot of different plays that you can run, but this one is going to be the easiest one, and that is how you use your credit card. Because I believe that it's a really big problem with not just Capital One, but with a lot of credit card companies that you just don't understand how to use your credit card properly because there's so much bad information out there saying, only use up to 30% of your available credit. You know, don't use more than 10%. It's an absolute lie. You know, these people don't understand credit. And I went and I literally typed into Google, you know, how much of my credit card should I use? Man, there was blogs, there's all kinds of websites that are saying never use more than 30% of your credit. It's an absolute lie. As long as you're using your credit card responsibly and you're paying it off in full, that is the best way to use a credit card. I'm going to preach this till my face turns blue until I die, okay? You should never use a credit card and put things on a credit card that you cannot pay that moment. This is what gets people in debt. This is what causes credit card debt. This is what causes you to have a financial meltdown and destroy your credit. So understanding anytime you use your credit card, you need to have the money in the bank to pay it off. If you don't, it's not an option. Don't use your credit card. Don't put yourself at risk and put yourself in debt and then ruin your relationship with these credit card companies, and then you're looking for a credit repair company to delete these things from your credit report like they're Houdini, and you know they have all these magic tricks. It doesn't work like that. So keeping your credit safe and making sure that the only time you use these credit cards is when you have the money to pay it off immediately. That's always going to protect your credit score, your credit reports, and your relationship with a lender. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. That way you find out every time we drop new content. We're going to drop new content as much as we possibly can. And also, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section if you want me to talk about something specifically, any type of credit cards, any questions you have about credit. I'm going to try to cover everything credit. We're making a nice big list of all the topics that people want to talk about so we can really, adhere to our subscribers and really help you guys as much as we can. Now, always remember, if you're trying to work on your credit, we are a full-service credit management company. We created the most advanced DIY program in the industry. For $50 a month, we create your custom Metro 2 letters that are literally custom-made per your issue on your credit reports. The credit bureaus never see two letters that are alike from this system. It's pretty crazy, okay? Now, we attack all your negative items on your credit report, names and addresses. If you want hard inquiries, you got to go through a process to do that also. That is $50 a month, the most advanced DIY program in the industry. We do not use template letters, okay? I want you to understand that. This is what makes this much more advanced than any other system in the industry. Now, we also offer the full service Metro 2 program, and we also offer the pre-litigation program that is designed to sue and go after whoever's got to get sued, okay? We offer those programs also. And always remember, hit that bell notification. That way you find out every time we go live or we drop new content, you're going to hear about it first. And please, always remember, last part's the most important. All right, I said I was going to show you one way, but I'm going to show you two. All right, so stay tuned for the second one. Now, the first one, this is very important to understand. Everyone says Capital One is stingy. They don't ever want to increase my credit limit. It's not true. It's just you're not using your card properly. And I'm going to explain to you why. If you have a $200 credit limit or a $500 credit limit and you're not using the full amount that you are actually given, Capital One's not going to raise your credit limit. It is very rare if they ever do that, because Capital One is mixed up in the subprime lending world. If you default on them, they usually let you come back. It's pretty crazy. They're one of the very few credit card companies that do this. So understand, if you have a $500 credit limit and you're not using more than $500, they're not going to increase the credit limit. So how do you fix this? Everyone tells you, don't use more than 30% of your available credit. That's a lie, okay? Stop that. Don't do that anymore, okay? Understand that as long as you use your credit card responsibly and pay it off in full every month, you can use all the way up to $500 as many times as you can within that month. You see a $500 credit limit, I see $500 I can spend at a time. You can make one payment a month with the Capital One app. I'm sorry, scratch that. You can make one payment a day in the Capital One app. So if you use your card for something, then you can pay it off that same day, okay? If you want to, or as soon as it posts, you can pay it off immediately. But the key here is, if you can use that $500 responsibly, your light bill, your water bill, your gas bill, your car insurance, your cell phone bill, gas for your car, groceries, use your credit card for those things only if you have the money to pay it off immediately. So you can use your everyday expenses, pay it with your credit card, and then pay off the credit card immediately. If you can cycle that $500 as many times as you can, in 6 months, Capital One is going to raise that credit limit without you even having to ask. It's just that simple. Sometimes we just have to use a little bit of logic and understand that Capital One has zero incentive to raise your credit limit if you're not using the available limit that you have already. If you're not using $500, why would they want to give you $1,000? This is a part that a lot of consumers just don't understand, because we're all taught to only use 30% of your available credit. That's what you don't want to use more than that. No, if you want them to raise your credit limit, you have to show them that you can use the money. You're going to use it. You're going to pay it back. That's the name of the game in credit. So I'm going to put this up on the screen, okay? You want to log into your Capital One account. This is way number 2. I told you I was going to give you 2, okay? This is also without a hard inquiry. So you're going to log into your Capital One app. You're going to pull up your credit card. We'll use one of my oldest credit cards here. This is one of the credit cards that my son uses. I very rarely use it, okay? This is the Capital One Quicksilver 1 card. It's old, man. I think I've had this card for like 11 years or something crazy. So now you go into the app. Now once you click on the card, then you're going to click right there at the very bottom where it says profile. Okay, once you click on that, then you're going to go in there and you're going to click on account features and settings. Okay, you want to click on that. So once you do that, now you're going to go in there, you're going to click on request credit limit increase. Now here's where it gets tricky. So I want you to pay attention. This is very important for you to understand, okay? Now, once you do that, it's going to tell you, it's going to ask you a bunch of questions about your employment. You want to make sure that if you are self-employed, you never put that you're self-employed, okay? You want to put that you're employed. If you own a company, put the name of the company in the section that when it asks you, like, you know, what is, well, it doesn't actually ask you for the name of the company, but it's going to ask you what your position is. So you could put Chief Executive Officer, Executive Manager. You could put something in there like that, okay? But always remember, never put self-employed. It's going to ask you what your annual income is, all right? Remember this. This is very important. If you have a combined household with other incomes in your household, you can also add that in as your combined income, okay? So once you do that, it's going to ask you what your monthly mortgage rent payment is, okay? I'm going to put it up on the screen again so you can see it. If you have rent or mortgage that is split with roommates or a significant other, make sure you split that up, you know, to whatever, if it's 50-50, or if you have roommates and it's 3 roommates, split it up 3 ways, all that. Now it's going to ask you what your monthly spend on credit cards is also. Make sure that you put something reasonable, don't put anything crazy. Now also, when you put your stated income, be aware that anytime that you put over $100,000 that is your stated income, they may potentially, any credit card company may ask you for proof. So if you're not spending a good amount of money, just be aware, don't put something crazy, okay? And also, leave yourself room to grow. This is gonna sound crazy when I tell you this. If you start off making $65,000 a year and you incrementally increase your salary, okay, like every 3 months or every 6 months, you have room to grow. So like if you really truly make $125,000 or $200,000, don't put that you make $200K. Put that you're making $65K and then work your way up. So every time that you actually request a credit limit increase, your income is increasing with it. This is something that a lot of people don't do properly, so they want to go for the whole shebang right out the gate, and then when it's time for a credit limit increase, okay, well, your income hasn't increased, why should we give you more money? Just always remember that. Now, always remember, before you request a credit limit increase, do not carry a balance. You want it to be zeroed out before you try to request a credit limit increase, because you owe the bank money, okay? Let's be realistic here, okay? If you have no balance, you have a higher chance of getting approved for a credit limit increase. But if you're carrying a balance, they may not approve you. Okay, so all you gotta do is swipe that bar, credit limit increase request done, and there is no hard inquiry. Congratulations, you most likely got a credit limit increase unless you're carrying a balance or you're not using your credit card properly. Drop it in the comments. Let us know if you got a credit limit increase. And I'm gonna keep talking about different credit cards, kind of similar to this, and how you can get credit limit increases with an American Express, a Chase Bank credit card, all these types of credit cards. So make sure that you always remember, subscribe to increase your credit score.